It's showtime.
Oh, my husband's on a call.
And we are live. Brad Chapman, Radical Vocal Coach, here with the lovely Olga B. Music. That's what we're looking at here. That's her. That's what. That's your. Your
the artist name.
Your
Yeah.
Artist name.
The artist name.
That's actually the artist name you chose. Okay.
Olga B. Music.
Very
Yes.
cool. Very direct. You know.
Yeah.
Before we started the show, we were talking a little bit about marketing. But anyway, she's my guest today, and she's also a student of mine. And the way that we do this is that I take her through a lesson, and you get to see how this works, and decide whether you want to get involved with it at a later time. Because I do have a video program available that teaches this from the very beginning.
Yeah.
It's like if you've never sung before kind of thing. But I would like to tell everyone here that we don't talk about vocal technique. I'm a little bit of soapbox guy on that. I don't believe in those videos or books or tapes on how to do vocal technique. They can be very interesting. You can learn from them, but you need a coach to guide you through the process of the fact that you're a blind singer. We're all blind singers. So we need someone to say, hey, that's the right feeling that you're getting right there. Memorize it, and then you can do it on your own without a coach. If you don't have a coach that's doing that, then maybe look for another one, because you should become totally independent of us. And that's really the goal. I know sometimes someone will say, oh, voice teacher so-and-so went on the road with so-and-so, like that's bragging rights. Well, no, that's not bragging. If you're in the band, you know, you're like, what? Can we trust this singer? You know, it's like, is he going to crap out on us mid-show, or what's going on here, right? So we really don't want that. I don't want that reputation. It's like, if I did go on the road with someone, I wouldn't tell anybody. Anyway, so we're going to be talking about my vocal muse system and how it helps people learn from great artists, and how it's so different than the way you think it should be and the way it's been done for many, many years. I developed this program from being a coach and seeing the need for it. And let's just get to it. So
Sure.
the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to bring up what's called Melodyne. And just before I say anything more about it, I'll let you see it. Okay. There it is. All right, there is a Melodyne live video screen. Now, these little things here that people lovingly call blobs, these orange things, are pitch. That's the singer's pitch.
Perfect.
And these gray squares are tell us where the exact pitch is. Like, if this was right in the middle of this gray area, it would be perfectly on pitch. But it's not, so we're going to understand now that Aretha Franklin, who is our guest artist, you know, everybody, I don't always do everything in the right order, but here, I want you to take a look at Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
You know, she's who we're talking about. I know she's not with us anymore. Welcome, live guest. I hope you're enjoying what we're doing. We're going to be talking about Aretha and her singing, and we're going to be learning from her. She's going to be our coach today. I'll be the facilitator, but she's going to actually be our coach. Okay, back to Melodyne. This is the industry standard for looking at and deciding what to do with a vocal or a guitar or whatever when they're editing. And its job is to tell us where the pitch is. Is it on rhythm? Is it flat, sharp? What are we going to do with it? Now, these horizontal lines right here, vertical lines right here are rhythm. So as you see from this bar to this bar, there's 32, well, there's 16 and 16. That's not right. There's 16 per bar, yeah. So there's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Anyway, so that means 16th notes if you know much about music.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, that's okay. You can start to learn from here.
I tried counting though, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1,
well,
2, 3,
actually,
1,
in
2, 3.
16ths, it's 1E and a 2E
1E
and
and a 2E
a
and a
3 and a 4E and a, yeah.
Okay.
So one bar from 43 to 44 is 1E and a 2 is 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4E. And, yeah, it's like because there's 16 of them, and 1E and is just 4.
Got it.
So in one bar, you have a 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4E, and then you're on a new bar.
Got it.
Now, if it was 32nd notes, I never even learned how to count those. I mean, that's 32.
Yeah.
It's like, what I can't even remember. I guess we didn't really work on that. It hasn't come up in my life enough to remember what I was taught in school. And then you can go to 64ths. And then it's really insane. 128ths.
Yeah.
You know, 200. Then it would be 254. Anyway, these are subdivisions of a beat.
Got it.
So that's a great question. Thank you.
Okay.
Now on the horizontal, that's the pitch. They call this a piano roll. I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember why, but they do. They call this a piano roll. So, what are we judging here? Let's play a little bit of this and see what Aretha does. This is the two phrases that we're going to look at that Olga chose. And whenever you're a guest on my show, you get to choose the song and the phrase. So if you're not a student of mine and you want to contact me about that, we can talk about it, having you on the show. All right, so I'm going to play this so that you get some context. This is the incredible song "You Make Me Feel." Well, that's not the name of the song. This is "Natural Woman."
Natural Woman, yeah.
And it's a classic. We won't take a look at it today, but Carole King redid it because she wrote it, and she sang it again in the 70s, and she probably sold more records than Aretha did. But Aretha is the classic. So here we go.
To my peace.
Yeah, I should have started here. All right.
Is this a live version, Fred?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. It's the live version. I prefer that. And I'm sure it's unedited. And that's one of the reasons that I prefer it. Why aren't you? Oh, there we go. Okay. Now we're starting right here. This line that I just clicked on is the beginning of this section. Here we go.
Before the day I met you, life was so unkind.
Okay, so this is the melody. But da 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 da. And then she glisses off here. But we'll talk about this. This is really cool. But da 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 da. So that's all we're going to look at for today.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of information here.
Yeah.
Now we're not going to stay on Melodyne because this is a what I call a myth buster.
Okay.
Everybody that I know of, and even people who come to me for voice lessons, they say, I want perfect pitch and I want perfect rhythm. And the first thing I have to say is, myth bust. No, that is not good.
Yeah.
There's very few singers that are in the contemporary world that have perfect pitch and rhythm. Probably zero. There's one contemporary singer who calls herself a pop classical singer. We're not going to look at her today, but her name is Katherine Jenkins. So if you want to hear someone who sings perfectly on pitch and perfectly on rhythm and does a pop song, you can check her out, Katherine Jenkins.
Katherine, okay.
She has a big following. She's very popular in the classical world, and she does some opera as well, as I recall. Anyway, so here's what surprised me. I have never seen this. I've looked at a lot of singers on Melodyne. I don't know, maybe 50 or more. I have never seen someone sing sharp almost every note. Now, how do I know it's sharp? Okay, well, you see here on this horizontal line, it's not right in the middle.
Yeah.
And here, it's right between the two. So if you look here at these two little boxes here, when I do this, a number's going to show up. And it tells me that pitch is 17% sharp.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay. And that's not too bad. That's actually fairly common. But this is very unusual. 60%.
Okay.
Yeah, it's almost an A flat.
Okay.
And we're in the key of C. So, let's see, we're in key of C. That would not make it bluesy, I don't think. C, A flat. No, because it's a sixth. It wouldn't do that. And then she comes back down here where she is sharp again. Apparently the pitch should be E. And then here is G. Now that's definitely in the key of C.
Mm-hmm.
And against the piano, you can kind of hear that it's sharp.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think that might be a little... Is that too loud?
No, that's fine.
Good. And the vibrato here is fairly even, but her vibrato in general is erratic. You can't predict exactly what you're looking at. You know, so, here, and these lines sometimes are glissandos.
Okay.
Where, let's look at that, where we come right to this point.
Before the day I met you.
Right there. For the day I met you. Before the day I met you. She bounced off of that. Before the day I met you.
Got
So
it.
she hit the A flat, which apparently is in this key. And then she kind of bounced down to what would still be an A flat, but I think but Melodyne calls it a G. So maybe it could have been, A flat to G. But again, feel isn't predictable like that. And this is part of what we're learning.
Yeah.
So again, sharp, and then whoa, this one is another one that's way out there, 65% sharp. And we will be listening to her with music later on. This is called a stem split.
Yeah.
I have taken her voice off of the music so that we can see it without all of the confusion we would see if we had the actual music in here.
Got it.
I just love the 21st century. It's made my job so much better, and it's made my students so much better. Everybody's growing exponentially compared to the old days, and we'll talk about that as well later on. Okay, so again, I won't necessarily drive you crazy with every note here. This isn't really going to matter, but it myths bust the idea that she's always on pitch. She is not.
Yeah.
And here's the one's on pitch. 1 cent sharp.
Okay, that's good.
I have sound engineers that would go, really? Well, I mean, they don't even see that very often. Here's another one that's really close. 7% sharp. And again, listening to it doesn't bother me at all.
Before the day I met you.
Yeah.
Life was so unkind.
I mean, it doesn't bother me that that's sharp. And even with the music, I pride myself on having a good ear because, Seth taught me to teach people to sing exactly on pitch.
Yeah.
But sharp is not something we hear often enough. So I hear flat usually, and I go, she's flat. I would hear that, but sharp like this is like really bizarre.
What's a good way to describe what that, when someone is, singing sharp a little more often, do you feel like gives a sense of urgency, or what kind of a feeling do you feel that gives? Usually,
and then, it's really individual.
Yeah.
I always say that about singing. Usually it would be a sense of urgency, but, and actually she's like really in that state of mind.
Yeah.
So it's a very high energy, upbeat thing. So her rhythms are erratic, but she's not necessarily dragging.
Yeah.
Like this one is on the third 16th beat. And this one here is like in between. This one here is like pretty much right on.
Yeah.
This one's, what would you call that? Sometimes it's hard to tell. I'm going to go with late because of the square here.
Okay.
Late, right on, early
Oh yeah,
here,
I see that. Yeah.
late here, early here.
Okay.
And we'll get more into this when we're actually listening to Aretha on Audacity. But yeah, that's a great question because we will be talking about what are we learning besides phrasing from these people. We're also learning emotional projection. Why is it this way? Not just, she wasn't thinking, okay, I'm going to sing sharp here and I'm going to be in between 16th notes here and all this kind of stuff. That would drive you crazy. And you'll find out why when we bring up Audacity.
Yeah.
But this is just a myth bust.
Okay.
I wouldn't say this is a great place to learn from, other than just, hey, very interesting. She sings sharp,
Yeah.
So, but when you're learning from her, and this is where it'll become important, you will be singing sharp. So I'm going to stop sharing this one for now. Now we're going to take a look at sheet music. Why, Brad? Well, because that's a very common way that people try to learn songs. Well, when it comes to learning from these people, sheet music will not help you at all. And so let me get there. I saw a screen share. There it is. Okay. All right, I'll bring it up on stage. Ta-da-dum, ta-dum. Okay, so this is the sheet music for this song.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do here, what's neat about the sheet music is it plays it for us. It's kind of weird. It's a synthesizer. Sounds a little strange, but it works.
Okay. What program is that? Just curious.
MuseScore.
Okay.
Good old MuseScore. I'm going to stretch this out to get to the player. Oh, there's the player. Okay. Now, so this is the first line. Before the day I met you, life was so unkind. That's all we're going to listen to. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. It's just listen.
Okay.
Okay. It didn't start where I told it to.
No.
Why did it do that? I told you to start here. Okay. All right, here we go. It's going to be right here now. Okay. Brad, why did you play that? To show you that it's so far off from Aretha. It's
Yeah. Yeah, it's just very boring. Yes.
Thank you for saying that. It's right on pitch. It's right on rhythm. It's even syncopated. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you read music at all, but this bar right here, this is an eighth note rest,
Okay.
which means ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. It says the syncopated feel. So they did get that right. So like, ba-da-da-da-da-da, because this style of music is syncopated. And the second line, she does come in on 2, but after that, it stays on the beat. So again, with the music behind her, that can actually call kind of a counter feeling where the music is doing the offbeat and the vocal is doing the onbeat. That creates a color too. But again, if we listen to Aretha, which we will again, that part will not sound at all like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is worthless. And one of the reasons I know that is because when people used to come to my studio when we had pianists playing songs for us, because we didn't have all this technology, the pianist would play, and I'm not one, but I could kind of fake this a little bit, B, C flat. Before the day I met you, to F, da, 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 da. And the pianist would be playing it just like the sheet music, and then the singers would be singing it like that. And growing up with this style of music, I just didn't feel right, but it wasn't anything I could do about it. Mm-hmm. I couldn't tell the pianist, play this like the record, because they never heard it.
Gotcha.
There was one pianist we had that was fairly good at pop, and he would help. But still, the piano cannot do what Aretha does. So even there, you're stuck, because she sings in between the cracks. We saw that. She's sharp all over the place.
Yep.
And so she's sharp and on. I don't think I found a flat note, did I? Yeah, I didn't find a flat note. All right, so we'll stop this one. This is just a brief little ha-ha moment. All right, great. Okay, so any questions so far?
No, I mean, a good way to describe syncope, I was listening to it before and I was trying to just determine when she was starting. I know for the chorus, she starts kind of right on the beat, on the 1. Mm-hmm. But anyway, we could elaborate on that, but you can keep going.
Well, okay, when you count in eighths, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so the 1, the 2, the 3, and the 4 are downbeats, down. The syncopation is the up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And today's music, especially the dance music, and depends on the style, but most of them, the snare drum, the bass drum hits 1, and the snare drum hits the off. So, but in that case, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 1, so it's like boom, 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 and we dance to that. Whoa! Don't fall over, Brad. So, yeah, the world became syncopated. I think in the 50s. I'm not sure if the swing was really big on that, but I remember a book that I saw that said, it started in the 50s. That's interesting. Okay. All right, so let's move on to Audacity. And this is where all the real fun begins. And, you all, this is free, so you can get it free and you can use it free. And my program shows you how to use it and how to get it. But you'll hear, I won't really get into that, but if you go to audacityteam.org, you can get it there. just make sure that you when you click on it, that you select the one that does not go through a different company called MuseScore. Actually, I think it is the same company, but don't go through there because then it's hard to get to when you want it. Just creates one more problem. Okay, so I've kind of marked where the beginning of this phrase is. I'm not sure exactly where it is. All of this is going to be very impromptu, everyone. There's no 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D, E, F, G way to do this, because you have to find what you want. So I'm going to play a little bit of it. Okay, right there. So I'm going to mark right here.
Fred, it's not sharing right now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
No worries.
It's so good to have you guys here. Because, see, I'm looking at the actual page. So.
Oh, there you go.
And actually, I think I did one show where I didn't have any of them come up because I thought they were up, and the guest didn't know to say anything. All right, so we're back to here where I found this little blob right here where I want to start. So when I click play, I'm going to play it to the end of the phrase, and then I'm going to click pause, and you'll see what that creates. So here we go. Play.
Before the damn met you, life was so unkind.
So now I have 2 black lines.
Cool.
Can you see the second one on your screen?
Oh, I can see it. Yes.
Weird, I can't see it. I can see it on my screen, but over here when I'm looking at yours, I don't see it. Anyway, that's doesn't matter. Okay, so then I do what's called scrubbing in Audacity. If you read about it, they'll call it scrubbing. Mm-hmm. It's an old saying from the days of tape.
Okay.
So sometimes when these people create these programs, they want to kind of make it similar to what the engineers are used to. But anyway, so for most of it's called highlighting. So we're going to highlight all the tracks right up to that line. Now we have an area that we've decided to work on. And we also, wonderfully, saves us time, we have loop ability. And these 2 little, I call them triangles that popped up, they're called bookmarks, have told us where the beginning and the end of the loop is going to be. So now if I play it,
Before the damn met you, life was so unkind. Before the damn met you, life was so unkind.
so that's how it loops. Now, why is that important? In this system, very close to the number 1 skill that will make it possible for you to learn from any celebrity or whatever singer. Mm-hmm. Maybe you have a son or a son and a daughter.
A son and a daughter. Yeah.
So if they recorded something, you could loop it. You could learn it. You say, I want to know how my kids sing, right?
Yeah.
So it's a tool for pretty much anything you want to do. You could use it for speaking. If you had, if you wanted to mimic a commenter, is that how they say it?
A commentator?
Yes,
Am I saying that right?
A commentator. Then you could do this to learn their patterns, how they do things, the way they draw people in.
Yeah.
So listening is number 1. So if you're actually doing this outside of a lesson, you should listen to it 20 or 30 times before you start singing.
Okay.
That's probably the number 1 thing. The number 2 thing, they're very close partners, is the multitrack. So we'll get to that. All right, so what I have found is that there's so much information in here that going at the original tempo is too fast. Mm-hmm. Some people have what they call great ears, and somehow or another they can hear stuff on the radio and whatever and pick it up.
Yeah.
And Aretha did. She didn't have this technology. She got it in church, but I'm sure she was also influenced by her favorite radio artists and her favorite blues artists and so forth. So everyone is influenced. So this does not turn you into a copy artist. It turns you into a better artist because you have more information to draw from when you're improvising or even writing a song.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's listen again. Now, we're going to listen to it one more time just about that sharp issue.
Okay.
Because it's like, wait a minute. Does this sound sharp to you? Let's play it.
Before the day I met you, life was so unkind.
I mean, it's not bothering me at
No.
all.
Yeah.
Like, what? But, you know, it's important to know. And when you're actually learning from her, you will be singing sharp.
Mm-hmm.
And what's important about that is that you don't change that you don't go, oh, well, she's off key. I don't want to learn from her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, wait a minute. How many records has she sold? And how many records of people who would tell you to do it perfectly on pitch and perfectly on rhythm sold? And
Yeah.
I'm not just talking about record sales. I'm talking about arts. You know, these are art people.
Yeah.
You know, they're not college professors. So this is very, very important. So what was I just talking about? Well, I was talking about slowing it down.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys won't see this. It'll go off screen because of the way Mac works. But I'm going to go to what's called Effect, EFFECT. Select that. I'm going to select tempo. And I'm going to select change tempo. And this little box shows up and you get to see this. Before the day I met you, you know, we're going to go 40%. Yeah, Brad, 40%. It's really not as big a deal as you think. But definitely not going to have 240%. That's not going to let's get the 2 back and get rid of the zeros. Yeah. Okay. And I don't know if I know Olga's been in a recording studio, but those of you who haven't been, this kind of thing goes on all the time. You're waiting for the sound engineer to get everything just the way they want it. Now, when you use Audacity, I recommend that you click this little box right here that says use high quality stretching, because it sounds so much better than if you don't. Next thing we do is click preview, because we can't trust anything. So click preview and see what we hear.
Before the day I met you.
Okay, I think that'll work. I may change it. Oh, wait a minute. I was trying to go to 40. And go here. See? Preview helped. Let's try it again.
Before the day.
Okay.
Okay.
You can click apply. Now that changes these little bookmarks, so I'm going to readjust them.
Oh, okay.
I just
Yeah.
recently learned this. How this works is okay, we have a length of a sine wave here, or waveform. So when we slow it down, it stretches it.
Got it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So that's how they do it. I didn't know that's how they did it. But in this case, that's how they do it. So that's why you want to click on high quality stretch.
Okay.
All right. So now when we're listening, it's going to go slower. So it's going to take us a little more time, but we're going to learn a tremendous amount. So I'm going to, for this particular moment, just play it twice. Then I'm going to point out some things that I want you to be aware of
Sure.
after I ask you what you learned on your own.
Okay.
And then we'll go on from there. So here we go.
Sure.
Before the day I met you, life was so unkind. But before the day I met you, life was so unkind.
Okay. What did you hear that you'd never heard before?
I hear I don't know what to call that. I don't know if it's
flow?
before the day I met you. Right, that. And
way it
then I
sways.
also, the way it sways. And then also there's a delay. I feel like if I was practicing it, I would start it a little earlier than she does. Yeah.
That's what I found really common. I tend to rush as well if I'm trying to learn something from a new artist, and what I do is, and you'll do this too, we record ourselves on another track, and then we can listen back. And we can hear those spots where we're a little ahead,
Yes.
or a little bit behind. But I find myself mostly rushing. There's another term for this phenomena in today's music. They use it a lot for Drake when he
Okay.
sings. He's got swagger.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yep.
swagger is behind the beat.
Mm-hmm.
For the day
Just behind
I
the beat.
met you,
Yeah.
oh, life was so unkind. It's like,
Yeah.
he's so cool, right? So that's a big part of music in the music industry. People are attracted to confidence, whether it's real or not. Whether it's arrogance or whether it's actual confidence, they're still like, oh, they're so comfortable doing that. I wish I was that comfortable doing that. So it's a big hook.
Yes.
So that's a good thing to notice. Anything else? There's a
I
lot.
think those were the key things that I noticed.
Okay, one thing I noticed in Melodyne, which was really cool, was for the day I met you, life is almost an octave. Life was so unkind.
Oh, that.
Yeah, it goes so fast. The original time was like, life was so unkind. It was like, you hear it.
Yeah.
But with this and with seeing it on Melodyne, as I recall, it goes from A to G. Life was so unkind. Right? But I'm in the wrong key. But I think it was actually a seventh. So that's a seventh. Minor was called a minor seventh, that interval. And again, these people hear things that they don't even know about. I didn't know about them. And music theory is interesting to look at something, but don't use it to learn how to do this. I'm just pointing out ways that I can tell you what's going on here.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's that. Before the day I met you, life was so unkind. Now, there's a really simple term for this that you'll run into a lot in contemporary singers. There's a speaking pattern to it.
Yeah. Okay.
Before the day I met you, life was so unkind. And we in popular music use glottal attacks, which the classical people avoid. So before the day I met you, life was so unkind. Rather, life was so unkind. I'm not sure she did that. I'll listen back, but it's very common for us to go, life was so unkind. That's what's called a glottal attack, where you hit a vowel without a consonant. Let's listen again. See how I did. And just also while you're listening, remember that this is absorption.
Yeah.
We will be able to kind of pick and choose little things that we're interested in, but in order for you to actually sing like this, you have to absorb what Aretha is doing. Because if, again, looking at Melodyne, I challenge any music theorist to tell me what's going on there using music theory.
Yeah.
I can't even come close, and I'm not saying I'm great at it, but I tried to learn by using, like, okay, here's the beat, it should be here, so the offbeat is, before the day I met you, so you feel that, before the day I met you, that's kind of like that other thing, it's wrong. So I couldn't do that, so this is where listening became really important.
Yeah.
Because if I'm singing, I can't hear her.
Yeah.
And this is the other mistake I want to point out to you guys, that most singers, including myself for the first 30 years, when they learn a new song, if they have the lyrics, they'll hit play, sing the whole thing, hit play again, sing the whole thing, until they think, okay, I got it. And then they go perform it. And they got the basics, but they didn't get the details.
Yeah.
And the saying, the details, the devil's in the details is huge here.
Yes.
What makes Aretha Franklin different? Her erratic way of singing.
Yes.
I mean, it works within the structure it's in. It works within the music. I mean, otherwise, we wouldn't want to listen to it. But she is unpredictable, and we don't have time today. But if we went through other phrases, I think she sings this one or two more times. It's different.
Okay.
Than
Yeah.
this time.
Yep.
So if you want to know all of the ways she phrases this line, you have to go through the and go look at the others as well. And that is kind of a pattern. We've picked this one kind of out of Olga's interest in just this one line. But if you wanted to sing the entire song and learn everything Aretha has to offer, the best way is to start from the first phrase, get it down, then move on to the second phrase, get it down, the third phrase, etc., and then go back and do them in tandem. Because your brain, and the neuroscientists are all over this, your brain cannot handle all that information. A 3-minute song, there's so much going on, your brain can't absorb it all.
Yeah.
So we end up singing kind of well, let me show you if I start from the beginning.
Yeah, I was going to say.
if I was trying to learn it from the beginning.
Thank you.
I don't even know the lyrics.
Looking
Went
out.
out in the pouring rain. See how far off I am? I mean, I have
Yeah.
no idea what I'm doing.
I
It
used
was
to
me so tired. So I just missed a whole bunch of stuff because
Yeah.
I was singing, and I was kind of trying to listen to her because I've trained myself to do that. But it was like, whoa.
It feels like she's just digging her heels in, like just kind of getting comfortable. You know, that's just what it feels like
That's
when I
great.
hear her sing.
That's great.
Yeah.
And, you know, some of this is going to be subjective, meaning you can't figure it out by what I feel.
Yep.
Like if I tell you, oh, I feel this, it's maybe not going to make any sense to you at all. But, and vice versa. If you say, well, I feel this, and I'm going to, well, I don't feel that. So,
Yeah.
but what's important is that once you feel it and we've checked it off, that we've heard it and it sounds the way we want it to, that's all that matters, is that you know how to access that information through your nervous system because you know what it feels like to you.
Yeah.
Very, very important.
Yep.
Okay, so I played the dummy here, showing you the wrong way to do this. So what we're going to do, we are all, by the way, guys, we are on using an app called FarPlay, which allows Olga to sing in time with this music. And you can't do that with StreamYard, which is the video portion of the show. You can't do it with Zoom. You can't do it with Skype. They claimed 20 years ago you could do it. You couldn't do it. You still can't do it. They don't care really about this. Their market is people who are talking, and they don't have to do things in time with each other. But musicians are different, and FarPlay is a wonderful product that is doing that for us. So I highly recommend it. It's farplay.io. Excuse me.
Yeah.
All right, so what we're going to do is you listen twice,
Mm-hmm.
and you can pull the lyrics up on your computer if you want to.
Okay.
Or maybe you already know them.
Yeah, that I got.
But just sing along with her 2 or 3 times. So
Sure.
listen twice,
And then
sing
sing
along
along.
with 2 or 3 times. I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
And then, I wanted to point out some other things. Before the day I met, even there it might be. Before the day I'm going to listen one more time.
Mm-hmm.
before the day I met you.
You.
Life was so unkind.
Okay, so she doesn't use any glottal attacks, but you will notice it's staccato.
Okay.
Ba-da-ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da. So that feel of staccato is in there. So be aware of that. Okay, listening twice, and then Olga's going to sing. Yay!
In slow motion.
Before the day I met you. Life was so unkind. But
Before the day I met you. See, no. Life was so unkind. No. Yeah. It's hard to follow that.
You may want to listen a couple of times.
Yeah. Before the day I met you.
Yeah, you're closer right there.
Life was so unkind. Okay. Before the day I met you, life was so unkind. I always want to come in earlier.
Well, and that's the one thing that will help you that you already have discovered is you need to lay back. Use the dig your heels in, but the beat. Before the day I met you, life was so unkind. Now I did it differently than she did it, but you still get that sense that I'm like behind the beat. I'm laying back. I'm not accusing anybody of this, but even, I think some of this started in the 60s when drugs were very popular and that we didn't think they were bad. Drugs make you lay back behind the beat, because you're like, I'm stoned, man. And so sometimes when I hear a singer, I don't know if it's just the feel that they have or if they're actually, high. Because especially, cocaine wouldn't necessarily do that, but maybe she again, I'm not saying anything. Maybe Aretha was on cocaine, and that's why she was singing sharp. But she's dragging on the rhythm.
Yeah,
so if you
tough.
get that mindset, okay, it'll save you a lot of time. So here we go. Sing along.
Okay, let me try.
Yeah, lay back, lay back. We don't have enough time for you to get this today. Don't worry about it. I'm just teaching everybody how to use it.
Excuse me.
And nobody should be judging Olga either.
Oh man, no, I'm.
Before the day
Life was so unkind. I'm just getting my voice back too. I'm giving myself a bit of grace here.
We're not even thinking about that.
I know.
Irrelevant. I would like to.
I am trying to just learn her pattern here.
This is a good time for me to mention that you notice how I put this a few bars before she starts singing.
Yes, exactly.
That's really important if you can do that, because if you don't have a beat, it's even harder to figure out where she's coming in.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have that rhythm section there, that's why I see. Actually, I have split these. I can play Aretha right here, without the music
Okay.
on Audacity, but I play it with the music because you need to know the rhythm.
Before.
Now some people,
Yeah.
Now some people who have gotten really good at this like to listen to her just by herself to pick up a little bit more details. But,
That's fine.
Yeah, but once you're in unison with her, by the way, that's what we're trying to achieve here is unison, meaning Olga and Aretha will sound like the same voice. You won't sound like Olga and it won't sound like Aretha. It'll sound like Aretha, Olga, Aretha. And that's part of unison, and that's called stacking in recording when they try to have you do 2 or 3 tracks of your same voice to make it sound fatter and thicker. They did that a lot with the Beatles, and they still do it a lot with people. Do it a lot with background vocals. So we're trying to create a unison. So going back to the listening,
Yes.
you won't be able to actually create a unison that's really very accurate until you've probably heard this 40 or 50 times.
Mm-hmm.
Plus the fact we've changed the tempo is making you even more impatient.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, when's she going to come in, right?
Yeah.
But you'll get used to it. Sing it one more time, then we'll do the next part of the technique.
Sure. Before the day I met you, life was so unkind.
All right, very good. Okay.
Okay.
Much closer. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Listening is power.
Yeah.
And I there's a podcast if you guys want to watch where Frank Greenfield was the star of the thing. He's a Grammy nominated producer twice.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about listening. He said, yeah, as a musician, I have to listen very carefully, especially if I'm learning, contemporary things like rock lyrics or jazz. I mean, not lyrics, but rock lifts or rock riffs, rock riffs. Say that 30 times. Rock and roll riffs is another R, or jazz riffs, or things like that. Saxophone riffs, all those kind of things. They do a lot of listening now. They don't necessarily do this. Some of them are probably doing it now, but back in the day when you couldn't slow things down without changing the tempo, the only option you had was listening 10 times and then grabbing your instrument and then trying to see if you could figure out what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then go back and listen and see, how close you were, and then playing along. And if you had a studio, you could record yourself and check yourself. This is the next part of the technique, and this is number 2 on the important parts. So I'm going to record you singing with her this time. I think you're coming in here. You know what? I hope you're coming in here. Oh, that might be interesting. Well, we're on Farplay. We'll see what happens. Because it would record me, so it should record you. All right, here we go.
Before the day I met you, life was so unkind.
Okay. So we've created a new track here, and here's Olga.
Oh, dear. I know it's going to sound terrible, but go ahead. Go ahead.
You can't judge what you sound like by
man.
this blob.
I know I was off entirely, but please go ahead.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
Tony on the show last Monday, he said, well, let's open up the waveform and we can actually look at the rhythms here, kind of see how we're matching. But I could tell you again, this is not really relevant.
Okay.
You should not use your eyes for this.
Okay.
But here's the important part. When you listen back, rather than be embarrassed, you say, where am I off?
Okay.
That's the only thing, or where am I on? Because sometimes it'll surprise you. She would claim I'm an amateur, one of my students last week, and we were working on Stay by Rihanna and Mickey Echo.
Good song.
And she's been working on the phrase, and she nailed it, and she was so excited. Because what does that say? She says, now I know how Rihanna does at least one section of what she does.
Yeah.
And now I can go on and learn more, or maybe I can pull in Aretha, or maybe I'll pull in Anita Baker, or
Excuse me.
maybe I'll pull in Dido, who knows.
Yeah.
And then I can be pulling all this information into my subconscious, and now I know more. And you're going to find just by listening to this how much you've learned already.
Okay.
Let's listen. Let me save some time here by remarking this. Here we go.
Before the day I met you, life was so unkind.
And you nailed you, by the way. For
Wait,
the day
I met you.
You are right
Okay.
on. Now listen,
Okay.
Yeah, listen again.
Before the day I met you.
There's the unison.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
It's like all of a sudden you disappeared in a way. When you were off with her, you were really obvious. But when you did the you, it was like, what happened?
Yep.
Did I
Gotcha.
stop singing?
Did I stop singing? Yeah.
But the beauty is that now you know exactly how she does that line.
Yep.
You may not remember it, so again, repetition.
Yeah.
The great people of our past have either said this, or if you asked them if they believed it, they would tell you they absolutely live it. Repetition is the mother, the father, the God, whatever, of success. No matter how intelligent you are, or how gifted you are, or how talented you are, you still need repetition to become great.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know about the 10,000 hour thing. I haven't really researched that. I would imagine I've done more than 10,000 hours of singing. But when I think of it, I go, really? 10,000 hours?
Yeah.
Blows my mind. Almost scares me.
How about teaching, Brad? How long have you been teaching now?
We're getting close to 50 years.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Yeah.
can tell.
You can
Yeah.
tell.
You're definitely in my brain whenever we're working on stuff. So that's, you can tell.
Well,
Yeah.
I just thought of something I never thought of. Back in the day when I was learning rock and roll, and the only way to learn it was drop the needle on the vinyl, and just like we talked about the musicians, listen to 2 or 3 words, and of course in singing I didn't do this. I did it with guitar, but I would drop the needle again, play it, and then do it again. And what you just said, I think that helped me to be a good listener as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably where my coaching started in a way,
Yes.
because I've learned how to listen.
Exactly.
Now, this will change you in a way that will surprise you. You will start hearing things at the original tempo that you weren't noticing before,
Okay.
because now your radar is on.
Mm-hmm.
You're going, oh, what's really going on there?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're listening to like a Christina Aguilera lick, you're going to go, are there 5 notes there or 1? Because they sometimes they go so fast it sounds like.
Yep.
But then you'll be listening. Well, yeah, maybe there's 5 notes there. Well, if you're really curious, and I'll show you a demo of something that will kind of illuminate this issue.
Mm-hmm.
If you slow it down, then you'll definitely be able to hear how many notes there are.
Yep.
And you'll be able to hear the rhythm of those notes and the slurs in between them. So if they're going, wee, wee, well, how many notes are there? It kind of sounds like wee.
Mm-hmm.
Wee. Or is there 4 or the 3 or the 2? Slowing it down illuminates that immediately.
Yeah.
So any singer, in fact, actually I started using this with singers who's come to me who were pretty good, who said, how does Christina Aguilera do all those riffs?
Yeah.
And so as an ex-guitar player, I thought, well, hell, let's slow it down.
Yep.
Light
That
bulb
makes
goes
sense.
off.
Yes.
Tony and I were both musicians, and both of us were going, we never did this. Why?
Yes.
We're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
We did it as
Gotcha.
guitar players. We did it as keyboard players. We did it as drummers, but we never did it as singers.
The singers. Yeah. No, that makes sense. No.
It shouldn't, though.
Yeah.
That's why I'm laughing, right? Because this is crazy.
Yeah.
So now the procedure would be, you've heard yourself do it with her. This track is now pretty much null and void. Go back to listening.
Okay.
So the process basically, and it's variable. I'm being very arbitrary with this comment, but basically I would say 40 times listening, 10, 15 times singing, depending on how you're feeling. If you're not feeling like you're getting it while you're singing, go back to listening.
Yeah.
Then record yourself, check, see how you're doing. And, you know, I would have not recorded this in practice. This was too soon. I would have gone back to doing more listening.
Just more listening and practicing.
But
Okay.
we're limited in time, so
No problem.
I went ahead and did that. And you did great. You don't worry about your voice or the fact that you were sick or anything. You did wonderfully. Then once you hear where you were a little off or where you were on, that's why I pointed out that you was on. You need to know where you're on. Then you go back to listening.
Okay.
Now, maybe you won't need 40 times. Maybe you'll need 10. And then you listen. You say, okay, I'm feeling what I missed. There it is. Okay, I see what I did wrong there. Oh, okay, Aretha's doing this. I did that. So back, and you can actually listen. Of course, you can listen to this recording over and over again if you want to listen to where you're off as well. Then you'll go back and sing again, and then you'll record again.
Yeah.
And see how you're matching.
Gotcha.
And once you've matched, you're done.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you one thing I did because I'm nuts. I mean, I agree I'm nuts. Meaning I'm a little bit over the top. After I mastered a line of Stevie Wonder's, I thought, I'm going to sing with his track because, you know, I'd stem split it without him there. And then I'm going to bring him back.
Okay.
And he matched me.
Lovely. I love it.
But I got to tell you, I think that's very advanced. I really wouldn't teach that.
Well, my goal was to send this to you once I perfected it. I'll send it back.
Okay, that'd be fine. Yeah, and you know, depending on what your priorities are, we can work on it when you're here, or when we're online, just for a lesson as well.
Yes.
Yes. And you know, the other thing that Olga and I can talk about, because Mayat had recommended to her, Mayat Hotep is a friend of ours, is an incredible record producer. Probably knows more about my concept sing from feel sometimes than I do. Even though I created it, he's just taken it to new levels because he sings. You know, he's with singers in the studio all the time, and I'm with students, and when I'm with students, I can't always work on feel. I have to work on a lot of other things. Anyway, the point is that what was the point? He wanted you to learn from saxophone players.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And there's a rumor, and that's the best I can call it, that's where Frank Sinatra got his phrasing.
Okay.
And we listened to Frank on Tony's version of the live stream last week, on Monday, and I told him that, and he was really, you know, he didn't know that. So, but I'm sure Frank did a lot of other things because Frank is an improvisational singer, and so all these singers are improvisational.
Yeah.
Virtually every one of these lines, even if the sheet music says it's the same line, is not the same line.
Yeah.
There's always these little differences, and of course the words create differences in rhythms and so forth. So anyway, my point is you can learn from the saxophone doing this as well.
Got it. Yes.
Yeah, or a guitar player. And because I was an improvisational guitar player, I used to sing a lot along with guitar solos when I was driving the car.
Okay.
You know, I'm just
Yeah.
singaholic, right? So I sang the verse, the chorus, the verse, the chorus. Oh, now's the guitar solo, and I'm going. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. But that helped me become an improvisationalist as a singer because I already did it as a guitar player. I'm not necessarily saying that anybody has to become a musician to become an improvisational vocalist. One of my students here in town, Linda Woodson, is very good at it. She's not a musician. She's like Olga, you know. She knows a little piano and stuff, you know. But you wouldn't call her like somebody who would play in the band.
Exactly.
She's
Yeah.
not that good. Okay, so I'm going to stop screen sharing this guy, and here's a demo that I created. It's also a little bit of a sales pitch. Ingeborg was here. Thank you. She's listening in. Yay, Ingeborg. Okay. Anyway, I made this little demo of a singer singing the way I did with the Aretha thing, where they were just singing along with Ed Sheeran and not really, hoping to learn it by just singing along.
Okay.
It's just one phrase. And then the last recording of it, and this will flow for you guys when you're watching it. The last one is where the unison is matched.
Okay.
And then that's kind of the goal. And then from there, I don't go into the artistry part of it. I think I'd have to work one-on-one with people for that. So here we go, adding it to the stage. Hi, this is Brad Chapman, Radical Vocal Coach. I'm going to show you how Ed Sheeran is such a great, incredible star, etc. In other words, not only...
Are you able to hear it, Brad?
I know you can't hear it.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
The way we try to learn from these people has not
I
been
don't know
working.
why. I'll have to figure that out.
Didn't work for me.
Okay.
Doesn't work for hardly any
But you can see
student
the
I've had
video.
or anybody I've ever known.
I'll
So I'm gonna
play it
show
for you
the way
after
we
we're
do
done.
it, and
Sure.
you'll see why it doesn't work. Then I'll show you the results of my VMS system, and you're going to love it. Hang on for a great ride.
Well, I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body now.
Well, I'm in love with the shape of you. We'll push and pull like a magnet do. And though my heart keeps falling too, I'm in love with your body now.
Sound familiar, anyone? I know Olga can't hear it.
I'm in love with the shape of you.
You should be able to.
Pull like a magnet do. Although my heart keeps falling too. I'm in love with your body now.
So there he's matching. Okay, so I don't know why the guest can't hear it, but we'll figure that out later. But I know everyone else could.
Okay.
But it shows at the very end the perfect unison, and then that's, like I said, that's kind of why I play it.
Okay.
We'll remove it from the screen. Ooh, isn't that a lot?
No, it just makes me want to get better faster and start
Great.
singing faster. Yeah.
Well, I used to think, and these streaming sessions brought this to my awareness. I used to think that just you hearing yourself with the artist was all you needed from confidence.
Yeah.
But a couple of my students have said, yes, but Brad, when you check off on it as well, it's exponential in our confidence.
Mm-hmm.
So I still feel valuable there.
Yeah.
And I don't sell this program to my students because they have me, and the program is basically, it's made for beginners. It can be used by superstars. This process can be used by anybody. Like I said earlier, you can use it for speaking, whatever. You can use it for learning Mary Had a Little Lamb,
Yeah.
Dave Liao, we know from Farplay for customer service.
Yes.
He sings with a choir in London.
Okay.
And there was someone in the choir that was having trouble getting the timing in that, and he did this with a singer for the choir,
Yes.
so that they would get it. So don't think of it as just for beginners or just for experts or anything like that. It's for everybody. The one thing that we'll talk about, again, just to close this,
Yep.
that we talked about earlier, but I want to keep it in sequence, is that we were kind of wondering, and we talked about it, what was motivating Aretha to sing the way she sang. And we'll never know for sure, but we talked about, she's cool, she's relaxed, she's got the swagger, she's feeling the emotions. Before the day I met you, as we know, the African Americans have kind of their own way of talking, so that influenced her phrasing. And of course, everybody white now wants to do it, and green and blue and every other color. But there's that, hey, before the day I met you,
Yeah.
life was so unkind.
Yeah.
So we learn these things from these people, and it's just incredible.
Yeah, honestly, quite sincerely, whenever I do hear her singing, like all of her songs, I feel like I am in her body. I feel like I live what she's living, what she's feeling. So that's what I'm trying to emulate as well.
Excellent. Now, when let's say you want to do your own version of it, you would not use these tracks because
Exactly.
they would influence you to sing like Aretha.
Yeah.
So you would get AI or studio musicians to create something that was quite different, so that you could sing quite different.
Yep.
So if you noticed, every time I sang it, it was different because I don't know exactly what she did. So if I'm creating something to sell, to put on the market, then I'm going to create my own art. I'm going to do it exactly my way.
Yes.
So that people get something that is not Aretha. Oh, that was the other thing. Thank you for reminding me, Brad. There is one other thing that we can do here with Audacity that I didn't show you. Let me re-scrub these lines. So, her energy is in a range of pitches that's high energy. So if I sing down an octave from her, I can't create that same energy.
Yeah.
I have to raise the key.
Yeah.
Now, so there's a couple of values of this. So if I go in and change the key now, change pitch, this tells me how many semitones that I can change it to. However, I warn you that this is not how many semitones. This thing is off.
Yeah.
You
Did
have-
you want to share the screen too, Brad? Or
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
No
thank you,
worries.
thank you. I love having guests that keep me honest. Oh, yes, I've got to go into here. So I'm so used to teaching where everybody can see what I'm doing. Add to stage. Yes, okay. I want to do that. There we go. Image, share screen. Of course, you're saying, Brad, quit talking to yourself. I understand. Share. Okay, add to stage. Okay, now you can see it. All right, so the little box pops up that tells us what semitone options we can take. So because Audacity doesn't actually know what key this is in because we downloaded it, we didn't start from scratch in the recording sessions, we need to go to 0 first. Now Audacity knows where we are. Generally speaking, a fair rule of thumb between a male voice and a female voice for selecting pitch change for energy is between a third and a fourth. So I'm going to go the third, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 semitones. So I put 4 in here, minus 4, minus 4, yeah, minus 4. So I'm going to bring her down into my area, and of course she's going to sound weird. We all understand that, but we'll still be able to learn what we want to learn. So I'm going to preview it. And now it's more like a tenor, right? Life was so hard. So then when I apply it and I practice with it, I'm going to remove this, then it's going to make more sense. This key wasn't... I'm going to have to remove the music from this for a moment. But anyway, as you listen to it, you hear... So now I can learn that. Now we're back to the original tempo because I'm on a different site. But so for you, let's say that you were having an off day, but you didn't really want to sing much, but you wanted to learn. You could lower the key.
Yeah.
Or if you got really excited, like, hey, I've got Aretha's notes, I'm going to go a half step higher or 2 semitones up and see if I can do it in that key. And then that'll give you confidence when you do it at karaoke that, hey, this is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And you recommended that to practice it higher, like semitone or 2, and then bring it down for the actual performance, which makes sense. It's much easier.
So why am I using Audacity? Just one more thing. It's because of the fact that I can isolate things and I can multitrack. There are apps out there that will do the slowing down and the speeding up, and that's fine. But you can't do the multitrack to check yourself.
Okay.
Now, people who use Logic and Sony Pro Tools and so forth, this is like a very simplified version of that. So they don't use this. They use Logic or Pro Tools or whatever they're comfortable using with to change keys and change tempos. So, yay is all I can say.
Yeah.
I'm glad you all tuned in. Let me do my little pitch here to try to make a buck. Right, so these QR codes that you can see right here. Let me stop screen share because after all, Olga is the star here.
This one's your show, Brad, for sure.
Yeah, but she's a guest star.
Yeah.
I was playing with that. So is she the guest star or is Aretha the guest star? How do you say that? Because you're a human and she's a recording. Okay, so this QR code here is the one that you want to. You go to my Vocal Muse.
Let me see if this works.
Website.
Oh.
And even if you don't buy it, there's still a lot of information that you can add to what we talked about here today. So that's valuable either way. And then the QR on the right is my new book, Sing from Feel,
Love it. Cool. It works.
Revealing Your Authentic Voice. So you can click on that to get the book. The book is all about emotions. It does talk about the vocal muse technique in the book, and so that people who read it can maybe use it, understand why it works. But it's really a lot about kind of what we were talking about just a moment ago, where you have to start improvising. You have to start making up your own. Mm-hmm. This is an art, not a copy. It's not manufacturer time.
Yeah.
There are people who record music as it's being as a manufacturing process, but that's not my way. And most of my students don't really want to do it that way either. If I was to sing Aretha for you and not use her, I would be a poor copy. Mm-hmm. All right. So I use Aretha strictly, or I use Stevie Wonder, or I use Ed Sheeran, or I'm not messing with somebody who thinks they can sing like Ed Sheeran. I'm going to go to Ed Sheeran. Mm-hmm. There's just no reason. This is cheap.
Yeah.
Audacity's free. FarPlay's free. Being online, as long as you've got a computer, is pretty much free. This is the era, you know. And I didn't say hi, Olga, on the chat, but hopefully she heard me. She's one of my advanced students, and she's just out of this world. If you want to. She's another person that I can recommend that you listen to. She's on all over Instagram, probably Facebook. I don't follow Facebook much anymore, but she's doing great stuff. She's doing great at marketing. Olga and I talked about that before we started the show. Mm-hmm. So you might want to get to know her, because she's a wonderful person who loves to help me and everybody else. And she's a student of mine, so she's learned how to sing from feel. She's used music, vocal muse. In fact, on the website, she gives a testimonial.
Okay.
So I know you can't stop me from talking. I apologize.
No worries.
So I think that wraps up the show. Oh, there's one more thing here, guys. See, I'm just trying to be really good at all this stuff. And that is like and subscribe, please. Now, those of you who hear people talk about like and subscribe on YouTube, if you don't have enough subscribers, you cannot what they call monetize. So I want to get my subscribers up. The likes help YouTube know that this is something people should see, because people like it. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be as famous as somebody teaching you how to wash your car, because everybody wants that. But this is for singers and record producers and engineers mostly. We'll get something out of this. So thank you all so much. We're going to close the show, and these are erratic. So the other thing, if you subscribe, you'll be able to see what's coming up. I have a voice coaching is still more important to me than this, so I do this erratically. But thank you so much for joining us. We usually do it at 5. Got one coming up on Monday, so I'll push that. Got one coming up with Ken Lang. Okay. He calls himself KB Lang. It's cute. You're Olga B Music, and he's KB Lang.
KB Lang.
I love it. The creativity is terrific. So you don't even
is it a BE as well?
KB Lang.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He wouldn't do KD Lang.
Okay, gotcha.
But that's the hook, right? KB Lang. But anyway, so tune in as often as you can. This, of course, is available on the YouTube channel. If you didn't get a chance to watch it, you can watch it later. It's also on LinkedIn and Facebook. Oh, I'm getting better at this.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brad.
Thank you, Olga. And I'll talk to you soon.
All right. That's good.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.